It's me again. Welcome back to Shooting It Straight. We're discussing break-in periods for new pistols. Now, just like you, I too have been told for many years that semi-auto pistols require a break-in period before they're ready. Well, my question has always been, ready for what exactly? And what needs to be broken in and why? You know, the folks kept telling me that all pistols require this break-in period, but they've never been able to explain exactly why it was so necessary. Now, of course, there's usually some magical number of rounds that needs to be fired through it in order to accomplish this break-in period, 500 or 1,000 or something like that. And some manufacturers, even today, print this on their literature, on their owner's manual. It sounds to me like those manufacturers don't have much confidence in their own product. It's what it sounds like. Well, after attending a few basic and advanced armorer's courses throughout my career, I was able to learn a few things from those metallurgical engineers of those manufacturers, and so I'm going to pass some of that info on to you here today. Now let's first try to define the term break-in as it relates to new pistols. Now, some people say that this break-in period is required to, quote, work the bugs out, so to speak, so that the pistol will begin to function or operate properly. Now, others say it's necessary, the break-in period is necessary in order for the pistol to function more smoothly or to feel more smooth during operation, during functioning. So why don't we examine and discuss both of these reasons for breaking in a new pistol, okay? Well, for starters, any decent pistol should not have any bugs in it to work out in the first place. A quality modern pistol will either operate properly as designed, right straight out of the box, trouble-free, with no sort of break-in period, or it won't ever consistently function properly. That's the key word, consistently. There should be no bugs to work out. Now, my Glocks and my Springfield XD pistols are a testament to that. I've shot them, and I've had them for years. I've shot them straight from the box, straight out of the box. Never any sort of break-in period conducted. None of them have ever had a drop of lubrication on them at any point, even to this day, and all have functioned absolutely flawlessly, directly from the box since day one, and they're all still functioning flawlessly. All I've ever done, and all I still do, is just keep them clean. That's it. Now, some pistol manufacturers, pistols that were manufactured decades ago, some of those did require a break-in period of sorts, because metallurgical engineering and machining technology was not as advanced then as it is today. But great strides have been made since those days, and we're beyond those issues now. If a modern pistol actually requires a break-in period before it can begin to function properly and work correctly, then I'm afraid you have a substandard pistol of low quality. Okay? Now, yes, all pistols will eventually malfunction at some point, regardless of quality, price, or condition. There's no perfect gun out there. But what we're looking for here is consistent reliability out of the box. Now, if your pistol chokes and pukes a dozen times in the first few hundred rounds, well, it most likely will never achieve a point of consistent reliability, no matter how much it's broken in. And, with today's ammo prices, who wants to put 500 rounds through their new $700 pistol so that the pistol will actually start working properly as it's supposed to do? as I said, a modern quality pistol will not require this break-in period. None of mine needed it. Now, of course, I understand if your new pistol is for defensive purposes, well, yeah, then you'll want to test it for function and accuracy. That'll require a few hundred rounds of various ammo, because there are a few semi-autos out there that just won't feed certain types or certain brands of ammo reliably, whether that pistol is broken in or not. And you need to check that before you use it in your gun and start carrying that gun. So that makes sense there. Now let's discuss this smoothing out argument. Listen, pistols do not need to feel smooth. They only need to work as designed. It matters not how it feels. However, I do understand this mentality. Now, we all like our pistols to feel smooth instead of feeling gritty whenever we rack the slide. It somehow gives us a bit of comfort and confidence in our pistols. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I'm the same way. I like a good, smooth functioning pistol. But let me first explain why racking the slide of your new pistol feels a little gritty. And then I'll show you a very simple method for smoothing out that gritty feeling without having to fire a single shot. I'm doing this completely unedited, so I got to take a drink here. Now, your pistol feels a little bit gritty when you work the slide and possibly pull the trigger, because when the steel components are machined, minor irregularities are created. Now, these irregularities appear as pyramid peaks, when viewed under a microscope. They're microscopic in nature. These peaks are referred to as asperities, and they are on the mating steel surfaces of those components, causing the new pistol to feel gritty during the movement, okay? Because it's got all those pyramid peaks on it, right? Now, although that does not contribute to malfunctions on quality-made pistols, since the machining there is a little more refined. Now, should these asperities actually cause malfunctions, it would be due to the poor quality of the machining process itself. But these asperities become flattened out as the two mating surfaces rub against one another. They will eventually flatten out, thus becoming smooth. Now, that short process is called burnishing and marrying in gunsmith terms. Now, you can see evidence of this on any firearm that has been used for any length of time. The burnishing will appear as bright areas or shiny areas. And it's important to understand that no wearing occurs on the steel components beyond those microscopic asperities. So don't be alarmed. Let me try to show you. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but you might see some brightness right here along the rails on my Springfield XD here. See how shiny it is right here? And I know you won't be able to see it inside of the rail cuts, the slide rail cuts in here. But as those two surfaces mate, they wear down the asperities, and that process, that marrying process between the two steels, creates that burnishing or that bright spot. That's what it is. It's not wear. Well, I mean it is, but it's just wearing down the asperities and flattening it out. And once that's flattened out, that's it. So don't be alarmed about that. Now, that's why your pistol feels gritty. Now, let's smooth it out. First, grab some snacks, okay? go grab some snacks and grab something to drink, right? Grab your new unloaded pistol, okay? And put on your favorite John Wick movie. Okay? Now that you got your snacks and your drink and your favorite John Wick movie, just watch the movie and start racking your slide. It's hard for me to do because I broke my wrist and thumb right here, and I had it broken in 95 or something like that. I got slammed on the road and it broke my wrist, so it's hard for me to grab anything. But just start racking the slide back and forth like that. Okay, over and over during the movie while you're watching the movie. You know, stop, take a few smoke breaks, do a quickie with the girlfriend, whatever, and then come back, watch the movie, do that some more. Most of those asperities I was speaking of will be flattened out pretty much on your pistol, and your pistol will be broken in by the end of the movie without having fired a single shot. Now, of course, if your trigger pull is gritty, and most are, it can be included here as well. If you got a snap cap, I would hesitate to do that too often without a snap cap in there or a dummy round. So anyway, that's how you can smooth out your pistol operation without going out and putting 500 rounds through it, because you shouldn't have to break it in to begin with if it's a quality pistol. So I hope I was able to shed some light onto this subject and give you some helpful tips, because that's what my channel is about. So thanks for watching. I'm Antonius, and I'm simply shooting it straight with you. Ciao.